Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome. We are in Palworld, and okay, I'm a day late actually because I did say I was going to stream on Saturday, and it might be Sunday. However, in my defense, you probably wouldn't have been very interested in what I was doing yesterday, so I didn't end up streaming. I did contemplate it a couple of times during the day, but I decided to opt out mainly because I was just doing things for this base and I wasn't actually going out to do any content, and well, other than making bases. And do you really want to watch me making a base? Probably not. But what I will do is I will give you a tour of at least what the output of the base is kind of changed at least. So welcome to 2.0 version of the base, I guess, because it's slightly different concept than I originally had, although it's still very similar. We still got exactly the same shape, but it's been made taller. You'll recognize the bottom part, although again it's been changed a bit. And obviously in the middle we did have like stairs that went up to here and kind of then came up to here. I kind of got rid of that, and we now have what should create a nicer kind of workflow for the pals. And that's why I've changed things up, because I'm very conscious of, normally when you're making a survival base, you're making a survival base to keep players out and, you know, protect your base and protect everything in your base. However, I've kind of, in the very short time of being playing pals, I've really realized that realistically, you don't really need to worry about other players attacking your base. Like, firstly, you're playing on servers that are really small anyway, so generally there's only, at any one time, 24 players on a server, so you're not, like, if you're going to get ganked and you're going to get taken out of a base, you're probably going to get offlined more than any other time being attacked. You're very unlikely to get attacked while you're online, and it doesn't really matter whether you have a completely enclosed base or a base that was like this, where it's all open plan. From what I've seen from other players, no one really does fully closed in bases with fully, trying to make a core that's got all your goods in and stuff like that. To be fair, like the boxes that carry all the goods, that stores all your items, are that big. Like, these crates, which I'm assuming, at least so far in the game, are the biggest item or biggest spaced item that you can put the most stuff in, are also huge, and there is really no way of like putting that in a core. Like, you could technically, I guess, put that in a core, and I have even thought of like how I would expand this base out bigger than it is right now and double cone and put double walls in, like a wall here and then put another wall here, so that if you were going into that, then you could have an open core in the sense of allowing the powers to still move through it, but you would have all your goods within layers within the wall, kind of a bit like how a gangster kind of would probably hide their stuff in a wall with all their money and stuff if they were trying to do it. And that would certainly be the way I'd do it. But to be fair, I've not seen anything in this game to suggest this game really has anyone in it that is really that into the PvP side, that they really are trying to take other people's bases out. So while there is some PvP in this game, or possibilities of PvP in this game, certainly from what I've experienced so far, you're not like in a game like Rust where everyone is out trying to fight for the resources. In this game, you can easily get the resources because effectively there just isn't enough people at any one time on any server, anywhere across the whole community probably, where there's ever going to be a conflict where people can't get the resources, which starts the fights to start with. So that's probably the reason why there is no PvP, but at least no drive for PvP at any real point. There may be some rivalries that might form, I guess, in a well-established server, and you could see conflicts between that, but other than that, there really isn't any natural PvP other than maybe rivalry between certain groups, and I'm yet to see that. So that's kind of like why I've got this completely open core. We've got all our boxes on the outside. Yes, this is way different than you would have seen on the last stream, and it was in my vision when I realized we could have these big crates, to start thinking about where I could put them. And the first thing I thought of was like little shelves on the outside. We could hang all these things on the outside and we could do it that way. And to be fair, this is even better than I expected. I also have moved to this mammoth of a thing, and it was here taking up tons of space. I was a bit apprehensive to put it outside the base area because it gives you tons of warnings about like it potentially losing health and stuff if you left it outside. But one thing I turn around and say, even the walls, is as long as you leave it within a certain distance, it will repair and your pals will repair them for you, so you don't need to worry about it too much. As long as you have a pal or a couple of pals out there that do handiwork, then they will keep repairing these for you, and you don't need to worry too much about them being outside your base area. And as you can see here, from that 4,000 out of 4,000, like this worked out perfectly because this is what I envisioned at the start as well, which was being able to sink it into the rocks. I wasn't 100% sure at the time whether or not you could actually put things into like the map, but it appears this game is quite forgiving, and it does let you put it into the rocks. It at some stage did moan that it couldn't go completely in as far as I was trying to push it in, but that still looks like it goes into the rocks, and it looks like it's actually a proper mine and it's going into the rocks. So that's exactly kind of how I wanted it, and it obviously takes up tons less space. I did actually try putting it on the roof, which is why we've actually got a flat roof now. But we've got something up there that we can put up there if we want to. I did work out that we could put this, which is another portal here, and we could put that on our farm, which kind of doubles the amount of space that we're utilizing, because I have noticed other players actually putting these on the top of their roofs. So that means now I can put something else on the top of my roof, and I don't need to worry about that. So I've got even more space. I've got that space, the space on the top of the roof, all been taken up because we've put this through here and put that into the wall, and we've got our other portal over there. And one thing I've also learned as well is yeah, you generally want to keep this running all the time. This is effectively kind of like I actually thought we would actually get to go into this zone, but what I've actually found out is all the spare pals that you have in your main kind of base, like holding area, storage area, I guess, is exactly the ones that you can put into this, and that's probably why it's quite as big as it is, and it has a numerous amount of pages, because yeah, it does take quite a lot in order to even do the lowest level, or at least that's what I've found so far. So that's kind of, yeah, that's kind of like where I'm at with all of this at the moment. As you can see, I've just had one that's finished, so we'll take all that stuff out and I'll show you kind of like what this looks like. But effectively, when we come in here, we'll firstly choose the one that we want to do. So at the moment I'm just doing the lowest because it's just the easiest ones to do, because my powers are pretty let's just say low powered. We can auto assign them, which just effectively selects all of these for us, which I think it also includes page 2. Yeah, includes page 2 as well. And you could obviously fill that out and put all your other ones in there at the moment. Obviously I do have some in storage, so that won't include those ones, but out of all the ones I've got at the moment, the total power here is 46,222. So the other day I did mention I wasn't too sure how you worked out the power. I'm still not 100% you would work them out outside of this, but at least when you're coming in here, you can see how much power each of the actual powers have, and then that shows at the very end here. I have looked individually and I can't see it anywhere else, so I think it is actually only in here you can see that. But obviously I don't have any of the main powers I personally use going around, like this Fox Parks is the one that I used to have as my main when I first came onto this server, only because I found Foxy was a very good first pal, at least low level pal to have, and then obviously I got bigger, better ones and he's been replaced. However, as you can see, he's still like the actual most powerful one, even when you can compare him to the fight like the Sparta Kit or even the Mamarest as well, who is legendary. And that's because effectively when you actually put all the extras on, it's the extras really that superpower these pals. So it doesn't matter how big of a pal or how powerful of a pal you get, until you actually start developing it, it doesn't really get the true attacking power. And yeah, that's why Foxy Parks is still the most powerful pal, even though there's actually legendaries which are far better than that. Like even this Ragnarhawk, that's like way more powerful. If I developed it, it would be way more powerful than Foxy Parks, but because Foxy Parks has been partially developed, he's 9,000, where the Ragnarhawk is only 1,280. So let's start that anyway, and that will send them through. They'll go off and do another quest, and at the end what they'll bring back is effectively what you've seen at the very start, where I picked up all those goods, which I now need to go and drop off into my containers. So we'll go do that. As you noticed, I actually have got a gun now, because I thought, yeah, let's do this properly. And also as well, you haven't even seen the armor. I did develop the armor we've got, so we've got some nice epic armor, which is only for the heat thing. So I'm not sure exactly how this is going to work as soon as I come away from anywhere that's like nice and warm, because as soon as I go to a cold place I've got to put like some less inferior armor on, just in order to survive, because the temperature will be too cold. But at least while we're in a nice tropical areas or heat induced areas, I should be okay, and I've got some really good armor now. And I thought the first thing I'll go and do is we'll go and do the thing that we failed at in my last stream on Friday, actually Thursday, and that is to go and do the Tower Brothers quest, which is at the very top of the volcano. Now, I did have a go at trying to do it. We were level 30 at that point. I had very bad stuff on, if I'm honest. Like, I developed the power good enough to probably do the area, or at least one power good enough to do the area, but I hadn't developed more than one. I still really haven't developed more than one, and the reason why I haven't like spent points on the rest of the ones that I've currently got in my inventory is because I don't really want to waste time developing these powers if they don't end up being what I want to use in the end. So I'd rather just use one power that gets me to maybe the next power. In the same way as like I could have carried on developing Foxy, and Foxy could be where Basil Howell is now, at least had as much development in it. However, it probably wouldn't be as powerful as Blaze Howell is, and that's the kind of whole reason why I want to find the next big thing, and then when I get to what I think is the next big thing, I'll develop that power, and at some point come back to those other powers that I might have developed partially afterwards, and then bring them up to the same level. But it's more of a case of like, there are so many powers in this game that if you try to develop them all, you'll end up with all mediocre or very low skilled really powers, where if you super concentrate all your resources into one power, you're going to have so much more power in that one power because you've put all your resources, or say all your eggs in one basket, but in a way that allows you to develop that power and become a master rather than something that's just mediocre. And that's kind of like why I'm doing that at the moment with the powers. I'm trying to end up with something that's going to give me the best situation I can for this situation where I am right now, knowing that I've still got, well, I'm not even halfway yet because we need to get up to level 80 and we're only level 36. So I expect that while Basil Howell is amazing right now, that at some point, maybe in the next like couple of levels even, I've come across another power who's just like super more powerful, that has a base power way more powerful, that then makes me shift my fix, and then Basil Howell will become the second to that one. Not necessarily completely dropped like Foxy was. Foxy was just dropped because he was small. And I did see a very limited part that I could do with Foxy, unfortunately. But Basil Howell I think will be different because I can ride Basil Howell, and I do ride him actually quite a lot. So let's go off anyway and do our first one, which is why I've started the stream. So I did say I wouldn't do any of these quests without it being streamed. So we're in a stream. We're going off to do all the quests because I've developed the base as far as I can develop based on where my level is right now. Spent a long time doing that, and also getting my armor and guns all ready as well. So we are fully ready to now push on and grind through all of the missions for this level, for where we are right now, for like doing this tower, for doing all the sub quests and all the other stuff. So we should be hopefully flying through this quite well, I'm hoping, but we will see. Because I've also developed myself, or my own character, a little bit more. So my own character's got better defense and various different things, as well as the armor and some of the accessories. And Basil Howell as well is way more developed than he was last time we were here. So let's see how different it is. My defense is on against electricity, but I can't find any armor at the moment that gives me protection against electricity. So we're just going to have to assume that we can do this without having to switch. And this gun is also long distance as well, and fires way more than the other one did. Like the crossbow I had doesn't long distance, where this is long distance anyway, so that already helps. Grizzlebolt's doing really well. I did feel that the electric against electric is probably better than fire against electric. It just appears the fire, like, as much as I love that, isn't so great against this particular type of Pokemon. And there is always going to be weaknesses with certain types of fight against other fight. You just have to accept that maybe what you currently have isn't quite what you need. And boss is annihilated. Just what we wanted. Or just what I wanted, at least. I think we're doing this like 6 levels up, like higher than what we ideally could be doing this. Like, I always think if you're doing it punching above your level, you're doing well. If you're doing it at the same level, you're doing it normally. If you're doing it like I've just done now, 6 levels after the fact, you should easily be doing it anyway. So arguably we've done that like easy, but you can only do what you do, and that one was a bit of a struggle only because I had gone a different way with my powers and stuff, and yeah, fire power against electric power doesn't seem to work very well in this game, so I've kind of understood that a bit. Another bit of meat. We didn't really get much out of that. But quest done anyway, and we can now head down, I think, to our village. So I've head that way, but really I should be heading this way. Let's get on our Grizzle Howl. And we can now head down to the village, which that's pointing that way, but I'm pretty sure it's must be down the other way. Let's have a quick look at the map. That's the one we want to go to, so it is down there. Oh, actually, no, it's not. It's the other side, I think. Looks like it's the other side of this. Yes, it's over down here. Which is why I initially thought it was this way, but then kind of maybe got the impression it wasn't. Down and over. Pretty sure that's it. Fisherman's Point is where we want to go. Yeah, so it's pretty straight ahead. Oh yeah, and I realised as well, your pal can jump any distance and not lose any health, unlike when you do it. So get on your pal, ride it, and as long as you're on your pal, you won't take any damage no matter how far they fall. I wasn't 100% sure, but I tested it earlier the weekend and noticed. And yeah, pretty much you can jump any distance. Don't need water below you. And your power doesn't take any damage. Unlike you, where you'll take damage. The only thing I have noticed is your power never like climbing or anything. You can only jump, and if it can't jump over certain objects, you kind of need to find ways around. I have found like so many instances in this game at the moment where I seem to like fall through the map. Pretty much straight ahead that way ish. I think I seen a chest on the top of it. That's why I'm coming up here. Have a quick check. Oh, it's not. Oh, it is a chest. It requires a Pokemon of a particular type. Which one is it? Electricity. I have an electric one. Don't worry. Let's get Grizzly out. The fishing village over there. Yeah, they need fast transport around here. Now I've got the saddle for Grizzlebolt. I do want to get his partner, which is the bird, but at the moment I don't have it unlocked in the tech tree, so I can't actually make the saddle at the moment. I think, is it not this guy that we need to speak to? Flawless victory. Fixation. Ruler of the Sands is our next one. You took down Axel Travelers. Obtain the keys to Fear of Sloth. The next objective. So where is that on the map? Well, I don't see a marker, but, well, not a mark on the map, but there is one there, 6,000 meters away. So it's got to be like somewhere like here. Maybe that. Scouring Susler. I don't think that was there before, so I think maybe that's where we need to go. Our nearest point to that is either that or that. I don't have any money on me to buy it, but if I wanted to, I could go and get some. Something there that really takes my fancy, if I'm honest. I'm more interested in the bigger ones that have potential to be maybe a replacement for my number one. Stop piling hardwood. How much do they want? I already have hardwood back at the base. And we could go and like just mine some, I guess, or chop some wood. It'd be a side quest, so hardwood would be that. Gather 10 hardwood. Only 10? Wow, that's not much. I don't think there's any hardwood around here, that's the only slight issue. That and the fact I don't have an axe on me. But we can go and get some wood. There's a quick travel here, we can just go and like grab some from the base. As it's not that much either. Go and grab some. 10 units. So I have done some of the sub-quests, only because they're like, well, they're only sub-quests anyway, so you're not missing much out on the sub-quests. Like, it literally is normally just a case of getting a like Pokemon out or something like that, or just speaking to someone on a lot of these, and then they just want to see you with this Pokemon, and then you get that Pokemon, speak to them, and then they're like, oh, they're chuffed, and they give you something, and then that's your kind of side mission done. It's like not really noteworthy, if I'm honest, but you get kind of something out of it. I've used like some of the outputs to get other outputs, so it's not as if it hasn't been completely unmeaningful, but at the same time it's also not very interesting necessarily to provide in a content form like this. So hardwood, this is the hardwood. So get 10 pieces. Chuck that in there. Notice you've got a blueprint. So chuck the blueprint in. That's not the blueprint, that's the blueprint. Let's offload some stuff while we're here. I always try and keep these like that topped up as much as possible because the farm's always outputting stuff. And as that's the main food resource for the powers that are here, stationed here, then I kind of leave that for them. And then I usually take these things for my characters. However, they're kind of like very similar, so probably going to leave the bread there for them as well, but only because it'll, I would say, last longer, but I might just move that. For some reason I thought it stayed there. I just move that and put that in here because then it'll just last longer. That's this should be refrigerated by that cool guy there. So go back to finishing village, hand in the 10 hardwood, finish that mini quest, which is really hardly a quest, but you know, an easy side gig. These alleys somewhere. I swear it was that one. Maybe it's not. It's not there. Where has he gone? That person. Thank you. I'm not sure what you're going to do with 10 hardwood. It's like, can't be doing much. Speak to me again just to make sure they don't go to any other quests. So I have noticed sometimes you can get second quests and third quests, but you need to speak back to the person. They don't automatically just give you the next quest in the chain. Ooh, by a crown. The hunter. What does he want? Hi Peter, how you doing? Hope you're having a nice weekend. Thanks very much, Peter. Appreciate the message. Thank you very much. So, this guy, what actual quest does he give us? We have Ruler of the Suns. I don't think that was it. It'll probably be the one at the bottom of this. So, wise from the hunter. Our reward will be a stamina remedy. Get my words out. And for that, we need to do something. Balance the regional ecosystem. Keep an eye on the power. Right now, I'm looking for someone who can help reduce their numbers. Capture 200 pounds. Alright, okay, so we're 1, 2, 3. We've literally hit the nail on the head at the moment. We are literally in a synchronous of numbers. We're on 123, which looks great on this, but we are still 77 off, so just over halfway. And I think I have a bot on my stream, which is what Peter is probably, as a normal sales thing. one moment. We will get going. So, I will... Well, we'll continue the thing, because there's no point hanging around here. I don't think we've got any missions that I'm aware of we need to do around here. But we can double check that. So, we go to missions, we can go to submissions, we can have a look at these distances. They kind of give us an idea if there's anything to do here. That's just a hand in, we know, because that's 45 meters away, and the actual aim is just to get so many pals. So that's kind of like a passive kind of quest really than it is anything else. On our nearest one, closest to us, is about 3,000 meters away, or actually 2,800 I guess from here, but they're nowhere clear, so I don't think there's actually anything else that we can do here. We could try and go around speaking to some more people and see whether we can pick up any more quests, but not everyone you'll be able to speak to. And some of these do tend to be like empty shacks, so, or most of these will be empty shacks. The junk at the bar probably be the same as in the village that's close to where our base is. Can we let that pal out? Probably not. Put them, that'll be the same as the other bounty officer, so... That just allows us to exchange some of the wanted posters for goods. Hello, the dangerous individual that destroys the very fabric of the pizza tradition yells, "Pineapple pizza is the king pizza. While the bargain of the folks, meals, toppings, their pizza, pineapple without the A-skin. Traditional recipes crafted with the passion of pizza, the artisans of the years. She ruined them with the devilish deeds. This sickly sweet juice kills the flavour of the cheese and the richness of the tamale sauce. She can't see the pizza without feeling the need to slap the slum of pineapple on it. Word is, she's up in the ruins north of the volcano, getting high on pineapple pizza with her buddy Wixen." Oh, that's a crazy thing. It almost goes into the old argument of like, what is pineapple right on a pizza? And it's a very split argument there. People for it, people against it. Now, I could do with some seeds, but lettuce seeds I need? I think actually, do I have a lettuce farm? I think I might have one. You know what, we'll get some just in case, and you normally need 3 to start a farm up, so if I got 3, then that should at least give me enough to start off a farm if I don't have one. Although I'm pretty sure I do actually have a farm with lettuce already, but we'll go check. I'll do that now, as that'll at least offload it if I don't need it. Wrong way. I'm thinking, where the hell's the farm gone? Other side. Oh, we do have lettuce. I thought we had lettuce. I wasn't 100% sure, but yeah, we do. Okay. Oh well, I've got seeds in case you want to expand lettuce and make more lettuce. Although, to be fair, you don't use lettuce in anything really other than making salads. And I have enough to make salads at the moment, so we don't need any at the moment. So we'll whack that in there. The one thing I do need is onions though, because I don't have an onion farm at the moment, and I do need I do want an onion farm. Like, I at least want to get one of all the ingredients. There are a couple of farms at the moment that I don't actually have at the moment. So we've got tomatoes, we've got potatoes was the last ones we made, and I only made 1 potatoes because it's quite big. I couldn't really fit it in unless I put them on the edges. As I was aware, we've still got more things to build for our food, so I just left it with the one. But we do need to get carrots from somewhere, and onions is the other one. So carrots and the onions are the ones that we need at the moment. Potatoes, well, I found potato people, so I killed a load of them the other day, and I have loads of the potato seeds. So if I wanted to, I could make an acre worth of potato farms, but I only need one at the moment. Like, again, it's not one of the main ingredients that seems to be really required for at least what I consider at the moment the main things I make to keep either myself or the pals alive. So I kind of don't need it at the moment. But what we're all going to do now is we'll go off and see whether we can get to that island and whether or not that is where we need to go to. I suspect it might be, although it still says it's 3,900 miles that way. How can it not move on my map? Yes, that is right, isn't it? Yeah. It's pointing that way, so it's like 3,000 would be up here. Oh, there. Okay. Ruler of the Sands. Is that the next one we were doing? I didn't think it was called Ruler of the Sands. Maybe it is. It is. Okay. Okay, so we need to go through there then. Alright, well, I know we need to go then. So, I don't actually have the fast travel at that village, even though I have been at that village. We don't have it because effectively when I did go to that village, I might have got a bit carried away trying to take on one of the local residents there and end up having to flee the area. I never got a chance to actually claim the fast travel, which is just by there. So we'll travel to the next closest one, which could be either of these, but I'm going to go for the one on the higher ground just because it'll be easier to go down than it will be to go on the other one. I think this is like probably the better one of the two to go to from there. Generally speaking, everything around it wants to kill me. We're definitely not in the safest area around here. I'm not even heading in the right direction. But he runs pretty well. Everyone's starving. Why is that everyone hungry? Should have food on. You know what? I don't know how, but somehow the salad and that should be actually in my food inventory here, which automatically feeds everyone, wasn't in where it should be, so myself and my pals were starving, apparently. I have noticed, actually, I don't think I've actually died yet once to actually starvation. I wonder how long you actually have to be on, like, 1 health with no food to actually die. Normally, in most survivalist games, you'd be dead if you got that low. On this game, it just lets you stay at 1. Generously, but not exactly the most survivalist game if you're your one thing that you're supposed to do is keep yourself fed, and if you fail to do so you'll die in this game. Apparently not. Come on, this is... There's like nothing there to stop you from going up. Let's crack that open so that next time I don't have to traipse across the desert. Hopefully none of these guys recognise me from last time, is it? Let's just say all these locals in the end up attacking me, and I end up having to flee, all because I tried putting one of these merchants into a Sophia, tried capturing them so that I didn't have to come here to get their resources or their wares. Where is the person I need to speak to for the quest? Here they are. Like, no, just like means you're not going to pick up the mission. You're not. Shouldn't really give you the option. Like, you're going to have to want to pick it up eventually. Go speak to someone else. React B. There must be a merchant down here somewhere that the person they refer to. Be outside. About to sneak off over the wall. Just going to get around. Back to the regional guy. We're going to take on some insurgents by the looks of it, which are 600 meters to our east. Let's get Basil Island out and let's ride over and see what's over there. Well, obviously then someone to kill and kill us. This area is pretty good as well if you ever want any coal, which you'll need if you get a gun, because you need coal in order to make gunpowder. And to make gunpowder you need charcoal, which means effectively you need wood, which you then turn into charcoal And then the other product you need is sulfur, which you can get that on the volcano we were on before, which is a really good place to get your sulfur. I was trying to find whether a PAL could make gunpowder or drop gunpowder. I'm not 100% sure whether there is one that can actually produce it from a farm, but there is one that will drop it when you kill them. Although that type of farming is quite slow. So yeah, the fastest method I've heard is the best is to make it yourself, and that is by getting the sulfur and then having the charcoal. So just make sure you stock up on charcoal, which you can make from burning the wood in the furnace or the improved furnace. And then once you've got the tons of charcoal, then it's just a case of doing some farming to get the sulfur. Then you need to process them in order to make the gunpowder, and then from there you can obviously make whatever ammo you want to make. In my case, I've got stuff for rifle, and I'd say he's safe because he's just a black market guy. Nobody sells his pals. I already have one of them. I don't have one of them or them, but I've seen them around. Nothing hugely that makes me want to rush back and get some money. There must be something else here. So that looks like it's going into... Oh, it's a box. It's a box. I was expecting it to go into a tunnelway and there being things you have to kill and stuff, but nope, not this time. That final remark, the officer marches away. The storyline's a bit wacky, if I'm honest, but I suppose the game's not completely normal. Our next objective is 850 meters away, which means at least we're not going back to where we came from, or at least I imagine we're not, because that was only 600 and something away, which would suggest we're maybe going somewhere different. A large pal. It is a large pal soul. That's a medium one, I think. I've got better recognise the souls. We need these souls in order to do the improvements, and we do the improvements through the actual statue that we get in the base, the one that holds the flame. A lot of souls here. the middle of nowhere in the desert. This looks like it's in that player base. Definitely looks like a player built base, that. Could be just on the other side of it. East of our current position. There's a chest, which I don't have the key for. Oh my god, it is literally... Maybe that's not a player built base, even though it looks like a player built base. Okay, it looks less player built now. No, what is it? PIDF. So it's one of their watering holes. Half expected him to start firing at me then. Looks like the main man. See if we can go in there. Chief Slacker, or Slacker Chief. Need to be careful not to fire at them, because you can actually fire at them and all of a sudden I will have every single one of their officers after me. Syndicate thug. No idea who that is. Random. Horrors of the Eternal. What are you fired up? It's not getting me into trouble. A jailed ex-chief. I'll talk to him. Corrupt chief, maybe. Or there's been a coup and the coup's been taken over. Oh, sounds like it was locked. So, if you're wondering why I'm actually going for all of these, it's just in case like there's something that you could get, because sometimes like developers like hiding things in places that you wouldn't necessarily necessarily look, and not every player is going to go searching through the cell, so I tend to do things like just double checking to make sure they haven't like hid something somewhere that might actually be of use to me. What on earth is that? I think whatever that is, it's Dead. Yeah, it's not moving. It's definitely dead. Up the roof. Nothing there. Yeah, I think we need to look at the marker, which will give us a clue where maybe we need to go. Only 14 meters away. To be below us. Birds on TV. Overlooking the town. Meters away. 8 meters. 6. It's gotta be above us. 16. Yeah, it's gotta be below us actually, because we were closer to it on the bottom floor than we are now, so must be another level below. And there is. Ah, okay. That's what I needed to look up. Of course. That's updated. We now need to go where I'd say the town is, probably. Yep. Oh, I don't have my other armor. Yeah, I didn't bring my other armor because I thought, well, yeah, we'll need to. Maybe get the other arm if we need to stay out here for too long, but it should be alright for the time being. You actually have that quick travel point up there, so might be able to just quick travel up there. At least get us closer. I think actually it might be beyond that. but it could be there. It's cold up here. And this is the tower we need to go into. So this is our next quest. PIDF tower. Level 40. Depends what boss it is. We'll have a go. Just depends what boss it is as to whether or not we can do it with our current level. If it's electric boss, no, because I don't really have the pals at the current level that would do well against an electric boss. But if it's most other bosses, fire does quite well so far. We'll see. You can only but try, and then we know where we stand. This guy's corrupted all the police. Guessing. Eight birds. Marcus and Ferris. Do that one. I think fire against electric should be pretty good. Because the electric keeps stunning them, which is obviously one of the main good things about the electric, which is one of the things I was struggling with last time. Anything with all my pals is that because we're lower level compared to the boss we're taking on, obviously there'll be big damage reductions in how much power any of my pals will be doing against that boss. So the problem I'm going to have is trying to burn the boss down fast enough. Because I'm noticing at the moment we're almost halfway, and I'm definitely nowhere near halfway for the amount of damage any of my pals are doing to that boss. Not enough time. Can't burn it fast enough. I think we could easily do this boss. Like the other day, I'm surviving easy enough. And to be fair, all my armor is exactly targeted towards fire bosses or just fire damage. So to be fair, I think my armor for myself is perfectly fine. Problem is we're just, I think, a smidge too low a level because burning through the bosses like health didn't quite get down far enough, quite fast enough. Effectively, I could work out how to maybe work out which of the Pokemon we're doing, I call them Pokemon again, pals, we're doing the best damage and try and using them more, but you still need to cycle through them. So I was using like the more powerful ones of the ones that I have on me. The best one that appeared to be good there was the electric, because that doesn't rely on it being on the ground. The problem I have with Basil Howard is a lot of his attacks are ground based. At least two of his most powerful ones are. One of the ones he does have, which is the bolt that he has, that can just hit no matter where they are, even in the air, but it's one of his weakest attacks. So yeah, might need to maybe, I can up Grizzlebolt. I can always see Grizzlebolt as being a character that I think I'd probably end up powering up anyway, so we can always try and enhance his skills. We increase the attack by 15%. Health by 15%. Defense 15%. The theme going here, we can generally up him by 15% across the board. Yeah, pretty much 15% across the board. I don't know if that's actually keeps resetting some of these values for some reason. That's why. Even though that's blue, it wasn't actually taken because I think I was using too many things or something. It's like that one doesn't seem to want to take that either, but if I do that, it'll probably accept. See, that needs to go up and stay up. So that should be that. We have one of them. We have one of them. So yeah, it doesn't seem to want to allow that. Okay, so we've got 12% across the board with 15 on one, which is the attack, which is the main one. Well, main obviously for burning down, but defense is obviously important as much as max health is important. It just means they stay on the field longer. I'm I'm assuming these get consumed, but then they don't seem to change. That's because it's bugged. I'm not sure it's acting in the way it should anyway, but why stay on light if you're not going to take? That's not to stay either. 9. Six. Maybe we need to come back out and go back in. I've got a feeling that's bugged. Why is that like that? That doesn't seem to be updated. I've got a feeling it's like used these and it's still, even though it's still showing, they're not actually there. Like, we've got one of those, so you need 10, which we've got 44. That's fine. Up that says 10 with one of those. We have that. It doesn't seem to want to take there. Maybe there's some something I'm probably overlooking, that's why it's not doing it even though we have enough souls. Maybe this elephant's like 54, I think. It's capped at our level. Yeah, 54 is its main level, and it's being brought down by us. So I'm not sure why that isn't just letting us enhance this when we have what appeared to be the right soul amount to let us upgrade, but it doesn't seem to want to increase beyond 3%. Maybe Lou needs to do some research to check. There must be something there that's restricting it that's not telling us why it's restricting us, but it just generally is. Okay, we've got plenty of ammo still, so we don't have to worry about that. Well, we've upped things maybe enough to maybe burn through that slight bit that was left. I reckon it's worth another go. You can only try and then reassess, but I think I'm not sure if you upped percentage enough to kind of account for this slight little bit left of health that they had on them, but I don't think they're that far off either. So I think it's worth a shot. If we can't do it this time, then I think we just need to level up a little bit more. I think we're very, very, very close. a bit careful Grizzlebolt though, that I don't overstay his welcome and he gets killed by him, because if he gets incapacitated then we'll be in trouble. Health seems to be lower than it was last time, but I'm not sure quite as much as I need it to be. So far we're behind where we need to be. Keep trying to pull in the Grizzly Bolt as well. My Glazohal every time he does a big attack, just to try and stop him from taking big attacks, but obviously it stops my own Pal from being able to attack as well, so bit of a fine line between trying to burn enough but stop him from getting too much damage, taking too much damage. Come on. Need to burn. Oh, just about. Wow. Trying to burn through that amount of health when we're this level was a challenge, but we've managed to do it and we've done it. Just about. Yeah, I wasn't so worried about that amount of damage we were taking. Like our shield, our armor and our shield, everything was set up for like fire damage, so we were literally taking minimal damage. So I was dodging as well, but not a huge amount, just because I was like pretty confident in the amount of mitigation we were getting through the armor. But that was a great result, and pretty, like, I wouldn't say easy, but also it wasn't a hugely challenging boss to take down with our setup, at least, because we were pretty well set up for like anything was fire based anyway. So It'll be more challenging when we take on the other bosses that aren't fire-based, but that boss was well placed for our current setup. So I guess we need to go back to that guy now to go speak to him and tell him that we've taken down the next tower person. And then get led towards where our next tower will be. Doesn't have a very like his jump looks way more impressive than it actually is. He doesn't seem to jump very far or high. It's kind of, it looks high, but it generally barely clears a boulder. Most of the time he won't clear a boulder. So. It's like a boss. There's the boss. Why are you so hurt? Oh, well, Grizzlebot's dead. Oh, incapacitated. Mammoth? Mammoth should do pretty well because he's like only capped on us. Even though obviously it's not heavily powered up at the moment, it should be pretty good. Even with it being capped by our level. It's only level 30 something. Oh, that's incapacitated that. Come on, Grizzlebolt, you could do the rest. Oh, he did. Super move. That was a samurai guy. Oh, you should make quick, easy work of that guy. Got another one of these guys. Die too. You only get bones to them. Not very useful. Bones. I don't know what I was hoping for. I was just hoping for like some decent resource, and I end up with some bones. Although to be fair, I do need bones, so I shouldn't complain too much. At least I know where I need to get bones from. Birds. Birds out in the deep desert. Dune shelter. I really just don't understand why you would not get over that. Like, just UI bug, or it only seems to like go up like very smooth terrain. You did it. I did. Ruler of the Sands. Complete. What's the next one we get? Oh, it's these. Not give us our next one. I was expecting it to show one complete and then a new one being given. No new quest, so it looks like we're going to have to need maybe to find the rest of the quest line, maybe. Unless it just automatically gives us it, although so far it hasn't done that. You took down Marcus Drayden and obtain the Sapphire Key of Greed. Your next objective is to PAL Genetic Research Unit Tower. There is actually a tower that I half uncovered but haven't fully uncovered. Could be there. While we're here, let's just check to see if we've got any close by submissions we need to do. There is this one. Capture and defeat the Syndicate Crusher. Let's track that, see where that takes us. Okay, we will need to just quickly go back to the base because we'll need to revive some of our pals that have fallen to the cause. We'll come back. Not doing too bad. There's still some stuff they're going through. There's only 222 in there. I've got pals automatically moving stuff that's cooked from here into the actual main kind of distribution bowl. I don't want to call it dog bowl, but it's like something similar to a dog bowl, pet bowl, pal bowl in our case. Let's go revive these guys. So this does take about 10 minutes-ish for these to revive. We just need to place them in here and then they start to revive. Just wait for them to revive. And while they revive, we'll go and get some more iron or ore. Loves like chopping trees, scraping trees, I guess, but every time I leave him and he's not doing anything, he goes straight to start hitting trees. Sometimes trees like that are not even existent, but somehow he's still getting stuff from invisible trees. See if we can increase our stats. I can pretty much now, as long as I'm not carrying stuff, which I was at the moment, I still didn't drop all the stuff off from our session out, but generally if I'm empty, I can go out and mine now and not have to worry about mining a whole node and having too much on me. Yeah, goods. It's the only thing with this layout is it's a little bit spread out, but at least I've got big boxes and it's still easy enough. I don't think actually there's anything on these levels much. There's that, and just as I said it, it dropped something. I think this end one. There's no large ones of them. Green emerald. Gemstone that glows green and can be sold to the merchant for any price. Or for a high price. Any price. That just allows us to increase. I think that's a cutting edge. Okay, technology points. Now I get it. First time I read that, I was like, I didn't quite get what it means. And then I was like, oh, technology points. Now I know what it means. When we were doing research, these are our tech points. Tech points, these are the normal tech points, then you get ancient tech points. So the points that it's mentioning there are just tech points. So there's 3 books, so we should get like 3 tech points for these 3 books, I'm guessing. Wow, way more than 3. Okay, well that's fair. That's even better. Well, I think there's maybe more than 3. I forgot we've actually leveled in between as well, so I was expecting there to be like 2, but now there's way more than 2. Now there is something I do need to unlock that I couldn't unlock before because I did have enough tech points. That's one thing. Now we've said I've not looked at this since this point, so I need one of these because I need to start storing electricity because everything we now start using is going to require electricity. We'll need that because that's just the next upgrade to the last one that we had. It's just a build component pretty much. Refrigerator, we could do it for bigger refrigerator to replace our current one. I don't use mines. I unlock these, but I generally don't use them. I do have one of these now, but I don't think I'm going to make a silo for it because I'm not going to actually use it. Dulux bait. I don't even use any other bait. Meteor launch. Phenomenal weapon that fires a meteor. Upon striking the target, it creates an explosion similar to the meteorite impact. Can be crafted from a weapon assembly design. PAL surgery table. So if you want to change your PAL's main attributes, that being, when I say attributes, I mean like the passive ones. So when we look at a PAL, PAL will have obviously these stats, these work suitability things. These are kind of, you know, you can level up these and provide like any of these skills essentially to any of your pals, and you can get books that allow you to do that and level it up with each book. However, these ones here can only be changed by doing surgery on your pal, and that technology there for the PAL surgery table is what you need in order to make those changes. For now, I'm not going to make any of those changes because I don't understand the game enough to understand what would be the difference between changing out its current passive skills and putting in new ones. Like, I don't know what that is, and until I do some research into like what the effects are and what those passive skills really mean, it's pointless making changes at this stage. So I'm going to leave that unresearched at the moment, just because I just don't need it foreseeably. One thing I do need though is coal. To have our own coal mine here will be very useful, as we're not out where the coal naturally is, and there's definitely no nodes within this base area, so it means none of my guys are going to be mining it. So if I can make one of these, then that solves that, and it means I can get my guys actually making some coal as and when I need them to. We just need 100 coal apparently before we can do that. So let's go get 100 coal. And to do that, we need to go back to where we were. The best place I found to mine coal is this node, this particular place here, because there's actually quite a lot of nodes. It's actually the most concentrated node area, at least that I've found so far. And from the PAL map that I've got my hands on, which can show you where everything actually is, this appears to be the most concentrated area that I have access to. Now, I've not checked everywhere, but it looks like this is the place to get coal, because there's normally in any game there's like the place to get it, and then anywhere else you'll get it, but just not in the same concentrates. This place appears to be like that place where it's in high concentration here, and you can get it pretty abundantly here. This is our coal. Now, I do mine this by hand, but I do actually have a PAL that can actually mine this for us. The only thing I found is it's kind of like mining rate isn't very good. It's like half of what mine is with the current pickaxe that I've got, which my pickaxe does do 4 units per kind of strike, and when you do the whole node, and this is only something I've just realized within kind of like the last day, is it will actually, each node, I think it must be based off not like the capacity that has in the node, but what your efficiency is at mining it. Because effectively I found that I get way more with this pickaxe than I can get through that PAL effectively. And the PAL I'm on about is a turtle who has the spikes on. You would have seen me get him out in the first fight that we tried against that boss that we did before. I'm too heavy, so he won't jump or anything. So I am literally stuck to the flattest ground I can find, else I'm not going to be going anywhere. I'm hoping I can get my bird. My bird will fly up over there, but that's not guaranteed. Yeah, one of those, they are great for mining or one shot. I don't want to go over and see what he's dropped. High quality ore, 3 and 2 ore. Now, am I too heavy for the bird or not? Nope. Like, if you think the fact that the land animals won't hardly move when you've got a heavy load, the bird actually is probably one of the most efficient ones because it still moves pretty well. One shot. One shot, one kill. Go on. Right. The last attack. God, he's throwing rocks at me. Telekinesis. Take your time. Take your time. It's only because I see this. I was like, oh well. Oh, and there's the PAL thing, but it's only a small one. We'll not go to that. I came up here because I've got the quick travel up here, which I've gone a bit far over, but hey ho. Not doing bad. We've done 2 bosses, some of the side quests. Done a boss higher than what... Well, I'd say borderline to what you... Obviously, we did it, but... You know, I wouldn't say every player is going to be able to burn through a boss. What level was that? Like 43? So like 5 levels, 6 levels above us. Which is normally pretty hard when you take into account the mitigations that would have been against us, the penalties that would have been against us. Those are finished now, so we can switch these back. Bring them back into the fold. Go drop off some of this stuff. Oh, what did I need the coal for? You needed 100 coal for something. Oh, that was it. That was it. I was going to build one of these coal mines. It's in order to make the actual refined iron or refined metal, whatever it is, the metal ingots, the refined metal ingots, you need coal and ore. So this effectively gives us access now to the high tier metal without really having to leave the base, or at least effectively we can do this passively over a number of hours. Normally, like if I want to get my pals doing this stuff, I would normally set them up on one of these and set them to it, and then just leave them overnight and then come back the next day, and you normally find that you have quite a lot. Considering obviously it's happened while you're offline, it's just like, I think I got about 400 off leaving it 24 hours the last time I set it up on the ore. Each of them obviously have different amounts that they're mined, so you're not going to get 400 on every single one of them, but ore with the pals that I put on it, which were 3 pals averaging around level 3 with their mining skill, were able to get about 400. So that's going to obviously vary on each of the different ones depending on the skills as well as like the actual mine itself, because normally the higher tier, the longer and the higher level you need in order to get anywhere near the same sort of levels, but it's always going to be lesser than it is the low end ones. So we've got everything, I think, so we can just go off, I think, to see whether we can find where we need to go to next. Now it did say 800, but I didn't note which direction, so I could take a stab in the dark. Maybe it's this direction, maybe it could have been north. We can always have a quick check. If there's another travel point closer, we can always dive back in and do another quick travel, but let's get there, see what direction we need to head in. According to that, it's south. 800 that direction. It could be just north, it could be that marker actually. I think it is that marker. Do a quick travel and then head a bit north where that quick travel point was. So it's 250 meters away, so that's not too far away. Still 600 meters closer than we would have been had we have gone from where we were. It looks like it's on the top of that hill. That's going to be impossible with our current pal, but we can change to Birdie, who will still struggle to get up it. We'll have to get up in stages, I think. But we should be able to get out there with this. With Nightwing, who I do want to replace with another bird. Like with the other bird I've got, the one that we took that boss on is a bird I also have, and it was my plan to replace this bird with, but we still need to make the saddle for it. Which I could have done actually while we were at the base, but... Ooh, that guy looks very mean. Big Gatling gun. Looks like the one on the promotional stuff with Griswold. Oh dear. Let's go back up a little bit. A bit closer. What? I got knocked off. Okay. We need to go up, but kind of maybe a little bit further away from that marker, just so that we can establish ourselves at the top. I don't think I'm going to make it. It's a bit too far. Need like a rest period halfway up. I have found as well, I think you don't actually have to have a bird at actually any of the levels. I hadn't realised, but I think at every single one of the bird towers there is one of those wind vortexes. You're dead. You're dead. You're gonna die. This silly little rock. Double attack. What's that? Gatling gun after us now. Okay. Of course. You know what, Grizzle Ball one. I think the Gatling gun guy, just maybe that's what Grizzlebolt was doing, taking him out while we were taking out the other pals that are around. Oh no, there he is. One shot. Oh, I think he's just fell off the edge of a cliff, and we probably need whatever he's dropped. Headshot. You reckon he dropped anything? We'll have to go all the way down there just to find out he hasn't dropped anything. Like he dropped ammo there, so. I can't see anything by his body. I'm going to guess that he didn't, and I guess that ammo is all he dropped. But we need to go back down there, apparently. I don't know if that's a bug, but I have noticed sometimes when you change PAL and you don't have the right PAL selected or whatever, if you wish them, they just don't respond. That was a slightly different situation, but why don't you deliver the items? There's your items, man. There's my level 39. So I'm looking to get to level 46, I think. I think it's level 46 that I need to get to, but there's a certain level that I need to get to in order to get the next meaningful technology that I really need to get, which is not that. Or that, although electric furnace would be pretty handy. It's this. Weapons assembly line. That's one of the things I need to get. So that's level 47, but level 42 I think it is, which is, yeah, level 42, which is the main production line. So this kind of automates and means you no longer need pals in order to make fast automated production. It means that you don't need to be there and your pals don't need to be there. You can just put it on and it starts making it for you. A bit like doing Awakening, it already does when you try to make stuff at any level. But yeah, this game, it's use you and your pals to make stuff. But yeah, when you get to a certain level, at least from what I noticed with the current one that I have, which I have the Sophia one that allows us to make those, which I haven't used yet much, I think. Maybe I used it the other day. I can't remember whether I used it or not. But it looks nice and shiny in comparison to the other one that looks like it's been taped together. So we've done that. Do we have any other submissions close by? Doesn't look like it. Like our closest one now is here. track that. See where that is on the map. So that's a hand in then, because normally all these guys are close to fast travel points. Let's just have a quick read to see what the submission is. A quest for a PAL critic. So he wants a war insect. So we need to get a war insect and get it out while we speak to him, and then that will finish that quest. I'm pretty sure they're in the same region where he is, so we could just go there and see if we can nab one. I think I have. Yeah, we have got some Sophias, so we can try and capture some. I think it's north of where we are, even though it's not unlocked. I'm pretty sure there's some in this area. Actually, I think there's some in the south where we are, but I think there'll be some in the north as well. I can check. Let's see what the map says. The map of destiny. We could do the in-game one for this one, because I actually pretty sure I have interacted with them, so they should be already in my list. War insect, what will it be? It's not going to be fire. It would be really helpful if this was in alphabetical order. Or if you could actually search. Neither are possible, unless you obviously know the exact type of what it is you're looking for. It looked like a giant bee. I remember seeing them. Or wasp. Flying, stinging insect. And I know I haven't caught any. I often see these things and just think, yeah, it doesn't look big enough or scary enough for me to want it. Like these, I wouldn't have ever picked up one of these, but you require these in order to get high quality pal oil. That's what they drop if you put them in a farm. So many pals. So many of them. Unless we went past it. Oh, let's use the out of game map to find. Should have just done this to start with. I thought I'd be kind and try and show you guys the in-game version of it, but as you can see there, it's not always very easy to find them sometimes. I could have easily gone past it, but it's so hard. war sect. Actually, I say we've actually got one of these. I thought we didn't have one, but I've just found out what it is. It's actually the beetle thing that I've actually got at the base. Okay, let's just get back to our base. And get back to our base, pick up our guy, and we can just go back there with our own war sect. For some reason I thought that beetle was something else. Flying beetle. It's got a huge armor. I actually bought this guy from a contraband guy. See, that's it there. That's the war sect. He's just gone to sleep. We'll now wake him up. So with that one. We can fast travel back to this area. Johannes questing. This is a nice, quick, easy win. I like quick wins. I did have another go earlier of going to the rig to see whether or not we were high enough to do the higher tier rig. Now I did go to the low tier rig just to see whether or not even that was doable. That was just a walk in the park and too easy. But I did go to the level 51 and that was way too powerful, so I had to back out of that. A bit too low. I think I was like level 35, so yeah. Level 35 going into level 50 area, probably pushing it far too much, but it's worth a try. Oh, I didn't get our war insect out. Here we go. This time. Mission complete. I thought it was a... Did I read it wrong? What the hell's wrong with them? Let's go back to the map. I know what one of them are. I swear it said a war sect. I must have completely read that wrong. Oh, I have one of them as well. These are kind of weirdy creatures, these ones. We'll go and get that one. Maybe it did say war sect, then it's just changed. I don't know. You now want some flambelle. These weird little fire creature things. This is a flambelle. So swap him with these. We take him. Let's get him out before I speak to the guy. Didn't get him out fast enough. Where's my reward? Give me my reward. Oh, now he wants something else. He has literally switched. Now he wants a gore. What the hell? I'm pretty sure I've definitely not got one of these. I'll be surprised if I do. Oh, why? Oh, I don't have one of these. These guys look a bit like a monkey. I think they're close by, actually. I think they're just over here. I remember seeing them. They're on the far part of this little mud flap area. Pretty sure down here. Because I was exploring for something else and I couldn't find what I was looking for, but I'm pretty sure I came across them. Or maybe it was those blue ones. Yeah, I think it was actually these blue ones down here, wasn't it? Okay, maybe it's not. It's those blue ones. Just thought it seemed like them, but it's not. Funky little guys. I think, where did I see the monkeys? I see an egg. Small egg. What on earth? Ah! What's that? Wow, kamikaze. As soon as I heard it beeping, I was like, oh no. It's one of those suicidal ones. Every game seems to have some sort of suicidal element to it. Or character. We've just come across the suicidal one in Palworld. I don't have health bars on. Helpful. The inkillable. To it. I think we're supposed to rescue that pal there, and we didn't do a very good job because we ended up killing them as well. Oh well. Mistakes happen. Friendly fire. See, when I was thinking of bees, I was thinking of something like that before. When the war insect things, but they're bee grades. I think we can get honey from them if we can try and capture them. I think that's what we should try and do. Put him down because he'll end up killing them before I manage to grab them. He's just annoyingly following me for no reason. Don't go away, come back. That's mine. I was thinking, why is it following me? And then I realised, oh, it's mine. I'm a bit thrown because it's level 39 as well. And I keep forgetting what level I am. I'm expecting it to be lower. That war insect go. Need some honey makers ready for when I get some honey or need to make honey. Oh, there's quite a few here. I need to be a bit careful though, because I could spook them all and they'll all start attacking me. Let them split off a bit. Be less likely to aggro them all at the same time at least. Hypersphere should hopefully be enough. 30%, that's pretty cool. Not critical, so it's not likely to capture, but might do. Oh, it did. That is bugged. Ah! See if we can get another one. I don't know if the one we got was male or female. It would be helpful to get like a female so that when we haven't currently got a breeding farm at the moment, but if and when we do get one, it would be good to have male and females of all of the halves that we've got, just so that we can do breeding. If you don't capture them the first time, you're screwed. But we've got some honey. Yeah, it's pretty much like they're super suicidal. Don't be attacking his pals. What have they done to you? Although, like, it doesn't appear they're like it's doing any damage to them, so we'll just leave it because we can't kill it anyway. I should check to see what the name of that thing was again and have a check on my map to see where they're actually located. So Goravat. Let's see where that is on the map. Can't see where it's marking it. Oh, there. Oh, okay. Well, we're not far away. To be fair, like, I wasn't a million miles away. But it is north of our position. Actually, we were starting to head in the right direction. But yeah, it's like, it's up here where we need to go. Which is why I've seen them before, because that's the only one of the only parts on this island other than the flats that I've actually unlocked. Which makes sense now as to why I thought I'd seen them. I would have thought as a big cat would easily be able to jump up these types of things, but I found the opposite. Normally, as soon as you get to something like that, it's like you may as well dismount and get on the bird. Very nice. You get one of those bigger ones. I think the mega one might be a bit too weak, but get out the way, boy. Oh, you killed them both. Ding, ding. That's not going to capture. I very much that way it will. Oh, it did. Surprised. We'll leave the war insect alone. I just wanted these value for honey, so I can farm honey back at the base when I need to. Hopefully they'll go in the ranch and make honey. Is the hope. We need to find some of those monkeys, which should be on the other side of this ridge. Come on, boy. Come out. Here. Need to remember, which I probably won't, but need to remember if I ever do need those insects, this is where I need to come and get them. So it should be in this valley down here where those monkeys are. There they are. That's what we're after. Come here. Need them. Keep killing them. Level 33. There's a boy and a girl. We'll get the boy first, just because there's only one of them. That is just too low. The Mega Severes isn't enough. I need maybe an Ultra one, but I'm wasting an Ultra one on these. Maybe we need to burn it down a little bit. A little bit. The problem is this now is trying to take it down a little bit, but then Grizzle Bolt doesn't tend to do a little bit. They're either alive or not alive. Let's see how far he can take them down without killing them. Oh, one of them's dead already. Two of them are dead already. I'll take. Okay, we'll just have to see if we can get that one. Oh, that's critical. That's got a good chance. Yay. We got one. We need to go back to the base though, because our actual party's already full, so it would have gone back into the base automatically because we haven't got any storage with us because we haven't left the space open. So we'll go back to base, drop this one off, obviously unlock this as well, which is super handy, and then we should be able to go back to that guy. Hopefully this time he doesn't want to see some other pal, and this time we'll finish the quest and get whatever reward it is that he's going to give us, which I think was some potion. Swap him with him. Back to there. And another mini mission done. So this was a off scheduled stream, so there is no official start and end time. However, I do have some other things I do need to get on with right now, as the Liverpool game is about to start within the next 2 minutes. So I am going to be cutting the stream right now, but I appreciate for everyone that has joined us and joined in and joined around today. If you do like the content, do obviously consider subscribing, help support the channel, but also helps you know when we go live next. And I'll be streaming now officially, at least scheduled, on Tuesday at 7 o'clock. But I might be streaming again tomorrow as well, just depending on what my time's like and whether I do come into the game. But if I do and continue start doing more quests, then I'll start streaming it so you guys can join in as well. Thanks very much. Have a good evening. Hope you have a great rest of the time of your weekend. I know there's a little bit of time left if you're in the UK, but if you're in the US, you've still got pretty much probably a full day left. So enjoy the rest of your weekend. Have a great time. Good night.